Hello, everyone. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your Libra November 2017 tarot reading. I use the beautiful Celtic Wisdom tarot deck, and for folks who are new, welcome. It's wonderful to have you here. I'm a clairvoyant person, and I utilize the cards to interpret the messages that channel through to me from Spirit in order to do my part in helping us bring the changes and the shift that is meant to happen for us in 2017. So I'm glad to have you here. If you are interested in a private reading or signing up for live stream events, please go below the video. You'll see a description box that YouTube places there. Click on the words Show More. It's a tab, and all the information you need is right there. The link for making a reservation and my emails all the way down at the bottom. All the information about the different types of readings, live stream events, etc. So if you're looking for that, just a reminder. For all my subscribers and returning viewers, hi. I just want to say a thanks to everyone. A couple of things. Spirit's actually coming through and saying thank you for what you were doing. So we'll get to that. But as most of you know, I've been doing fundraising. I needed a new computer, and pardon me. I'm about 50% of the way to my goal, but I was able to raise enough funds because of your generosity and donations. To pick the computer up, I'm going to have to finish paying it off a little bit at a time. That's fine. So that's the dawning of the live stream. That's why I'm here in this way. I'm learning skills. It's going to take me a little bit of time, of course, to skill up. Libra, your reading is so beautiful and so profound this month. There's a lot of energy coming through your particular set point. And Spirit's been talking a lot about the energetic threads that each astrological set point carries. And that is why the story of development has been coming out this year, at least the one that comes through me, in the way it has. Because we are shifting and changing. We are preparing to join together all those points of energy. Spirit's been talking about the golden thread. So I'm going to toggle back and forth and show you the cards as they come out and weave this journey for the month of November. So there is the Spirit card that sits over the top of your reading. This card is a major arcana card. It is the first major arcana card in this deck. It is a very powerful lead-in, Spirit is saying, into the journey you're having this month. As you go through your days in November, part of what is happening is that we are preparing energetically. And, you know, what's coming through me is the Spirit message about the purpose of the shift and change. So there's a bunch of words coming. One of them is purpose. And the other words have to do with preparation. We all know about the eclipses that happened in February, what happened over the summer, and the portals that opened, the effect of all the full moons that have been very, very powerful this year. If you're not aware of that information, you can go to the playlist on my channel and look at the videos that I did about the eclipses. So what Spirit's saying for you as your set point, being I'm getting the words confused, as a being whose nature is such that it brings the power of balance to the realm in which you walk. It is your will that is being activated as we begin to move toward the days surrounding the winter solstice on the 21st of December. That is an important event, according to the channeled information that is coming to me. And if you don't know, I had Went on a sacred journey to the land of my heritage in September for about a month. The plan I had did not unfold. What did happen was the Spirit led me to go to many of the sacred passage tombs. There are some videos also. Check them out. And you'll get, the Spirit saying, you'll get a flavor of what is about to unfold. This is a very auspicious reading. It is one of the most powerful readings of all the signs that I have done to date since I have come back. And I understand your part. And it is important just as everyone else's is. So, the decider of will is beautiful, powerful, pure, energetic, male set point. Okay, look at that. The decider of will is highly activated from the core of his being. It is beautiful, sacred, male energy, holding abundance, and those are pine cones in his hands, and his heart chakra. And being able to stream the balance that is within the core of his being out into the world. That's what Spirit's talking about today. And you know, it's interesting. For those of you that don't know, I live out in the woods, and the pine trees that are around my property that I can see from the meadow are just brimming with pine cones this year. Just the trees, the tops of the trees are just bending over a little bit. I think it's going to be a hard winter. That's part of the downside for me. I've learned to read those signs. Anyway, look at that. So going forward, you know, a lot of the cards that have been coming out in the readings have had to do with different types of leadership, and I've been talking about it a lot. So for you, this is the way in which you assist us and lead us forward as we go through the days that finish our preparation and prepare us to have some type of special journey or awakening or awareness or passage, if you will, on the day of the solstice. It is the day when the sun comes up and fills the central chambers of the passage tombs. So there's a lot of chatter going on in the background. So let's toggle through. This card is the light and the theme of this reading that Spirit wants to talk with you about. All right, now the next card that lies underneath that card is the aspect, the energy, the place in which you stand in the light of the decider of will. And there it is. Look at that. It's really intense. I will grant you, but it's exceedingly beautiful. And don't worry, when you see this reading, it's going to blow your mind. All right, so here it is, up close and personal, Spirit saying, that is the revelation of battle. There are many things that are being revealed to you about the heart chakra in the realm of humanity. And again, to see the activation at the decider of will, there is something happening inside of you, something that is going to be revealed, that you are going to come into awareness about the state of humanity. And, you know, Spirit's been saying, this is the thing that's been challenging you on a heart chakra level. And you come to this place where you have this revelation about the situation here. And in those moments of pain, anxiety, the passion of connection, having had this revelation, that is what this woman is doing. And I'm not sure if you can tell, her hair is turning blue. She has begun to cross over into the mystical realm, to have a journey dealing with this subject. That's what Spirit is saying. There's something about your ability to balance this energy and bring us into rights. That's what Spirit is saying. So you are having a personal journey. It is also deeply connected across the mystical realm. And boy, there's just so much chatter going. So I'm just going to continue through the cards because I could get lost in any one of the threads that Spirit is giving me and talk for an hour. So, and that's the purpose of the live stream events. These half-hour videos, it's almost impossible for me to get the information out that's coming through. And so that's why I decided to do this. It's also a way, obviously, for me to support the channel and give me the ability to keep going because of the time I'm spending on this. So if you're so inclined, I would love to have your support. So this next photograph is about your human walk in the light of these aspects that Spirit is alerting you to. That's the phrase that's coming through. And Spirit is talking about being able to communicate in a direct way through your being, through your physical body, through the energy that comes into you, so that you can take up your special place and bringing the shift and change. And I'm going to toggle over and show you the cards on the human walk. Libra, look at that. That is truly one of the most profound things I've ever seen, and I've been doing this since January. I tried to make this video. I actually did. I made a video for you yesterday, and there was so much energy streaming through me that I had to delete the video and start over and wait for the energy to calm down because it was literally interfering with the electronics, which that's a challenge that I have sometimes, but it was so intense. So that first card on the bottom left, that is the foundation of battle. There is a shift taking place from that place of death and destruction and despair. Your work on the energetic plane with that issue in your awareness has brought you forward to this place. And I'm going to show you the card close up. Hang on just a sec. All right, look. Okay? Look at that. The revelation of battle. And then the foundation. From a place of despair to a place of strength. That is the transition you are making. Look at that. This card, that is Spirit in the background, accompanying you and helping you develop those things that you need on the inside so that you can be an actor, your will being developed. And look at the strength. Look at the difference. And it's interesting. There are messages coming through about the balancing of male and female energy and the wounds that have happened to the feminine spirit in this world as a result of the things that we experience. So there has been and there continues to be a lot of messaging about the return of the goddess, the return of the feminine energy, and the rise of the return of sacred female energy in its place of strength. And so to have this in this way, which indicates beautiful, again, male energy, your will, having been strengthened in this new foundation because of your shift and change, holding your power in your hand and sending your intentions forward. It's not about the spear. Spirit's talking to me about the tip of the spear, which means the place in which you focus. All right? So the spiritual warrior's greatest challenge is always with the self. And as a warrior, having come through the trauma that you experience when you allow into your consciousness what happens in this world, has finally come to a place where you've crossed over. Because this card, the foundation of battle, is actually about having come through a rite of passage. And you did have a shift and change this year that brought you to a moment of initiation. which shifted your energy and changed your inner landscape forever, Spirit says. And on this foundation, having come through this rite of passage, you have now activated your energy in such a way. And you know, when the reading was coming out, it was full moon. There's something very powerful about this moment for you in the days of November. That next card is a prophecy card that is the augury of knowledge. So you have moved from the revelation of battle through your being, through the decisions that your will, your internal spirit will, has come to, lighting the way for you to have a positive effect on the things that happen here. With the help of Pluto, that's been coming through with many of the readings. And so that card that indicates your aspect, that's what Spirit's talking about. This is the experience we've been having with the assistance of Pluto. All the upheaval, all the chaos, all the change, all the heart chakra woundings, causing us to finally say, all right, I have to attend to this in a way that connects me with the sacred realm. Because here on this planet, I find no explanation that satisfies my soul. So now you have had this shift as a result of, kneeling, putting your hands up, and crossing over to have an experience. You've come back in this way through this rite of passage with a new foundation. And on that foundation, this is the first thing that happens. Look at that. All right, so one of the places I went when I was in Lemoyne Valley was to the Hill of Tara, a very mystical place. Do you see the all-seeing eye just below the moon there? Spirit's talking about this is the moment you're in and the moments that we're moving forward into between now and the solstice in December. There's a lot of streaming coming through about this. So there is the transformation of the female spiritual energy. Returning here, have, wisdom, right? You see the long gray locks, purple and blue in the hair, having been transformed. She is of the mystical realm, standing here on the earth, touching the stone of destiny. And in that moment, with this energy coming through, and I haven't looked it up. I don't know what phase the moon will be in on the solstice, but that's the information. You see how the stone is illuminated by the energy coming through? So your energy set point, this is your destiny. It's a prophecy. You will be able to stream into yourself that sacred energy that comes at the solstice. You are being prepared this month in November for this, Spirit saying, this eventuality. And a new form of knowledge will come to you. And that is what this revelation of battle is all about. It is, and it was, Spirit says, those battles that bring you to this point of evolution. It's a very profound moment. And then look at what comes right after it. Another major arcana card. Look. That's the dreamer, rooted deep across the universe. Look. Spirit saying, join together with the sacred mind, able to look in both directions from this mystical part of your own being. That is what, I'm still learning how to hold these cards up. That's what this prophecy is about. And this knowledge, mystical knowledge. In the traditional tarot, this would be aligned with the star card. It is about having the power for sacred vision, astral travel, sacred dreams, prophetic dreams, manifesting with the energy that you take into yourself in these moments as we approach this passage, if you will, whatever it is that's going to happen on the 21st. And that's, part of the mission, Spirit's saying, of the passage tombs was to allow souls to have time to ruminate in a quiet place, deep and quiet, awaiting the moment when the soul can move forward. And we are here, Spirit says we are in that moment. This is the dreamer of growth, the growth and change for humanity that is prophesied to be affected by your energy set point and the knowledge that comes through to you in these sacred moments. So, Libra, what Spirit's saying is prepare yourself. There is something inside of you that is going to awaken. That's the point of all this. And have its own journey in these days leading into December. So I'm very eager. I'm going to start doing the December readings early because I want them to come out so everybody has a chance to, take it all in. So in that aspect, let me toggle back to the cards. Look at that aspect. That's what Spirit keeps saying, the aspect in which you stand. Now ready, having come through your rite of passage, prepared for the prophecy of destiny that you, in your own energy set point, have been meant to experience in 2017 at the moment of the winter solstice. So having these messages continue to stream through to me from the passage tombs. Let me toggle back. That's the experience I've been having. I've been having some astral travel. I've been having some, I don't know what to call it, some visitation or contact. And these messages are streaming through. And the cards continue to vibrate very deeply. And I already told you what it's been like to try to get your reading out. I'm hoping like heck that this one goes. Spirit is requiring me to make sure that this goes out as soon as possible. I was going to put it off like I did last month. Remember last month? Virgo and Libra, the readings disappeared. So we'll see what happens when I turn the video off. I hope that doesn't come to pass because I'm pressed for time right now. There's something very important about this message. And Spirit just wants me to get it as clear as possible. So let's look at the bridge card. The card that causes you to move forward and connect with the spirit journey, having had your sacred movement on the plane, so to speak, of humanity as we walk through these days of November. And here it is. Look at that. I mean, seriously, I was sort of, there were tears streaming down my face. I was getting goosebumps as I saw this unfold. So Spirit would like you to look into each horizontal row of these cards and keep your consciousness on the center line as it develops. Clearly, this message came to you from the passage tomb at Newgrange. Your reading came out from the passage tomb at Douth when I was in Ireland. And so, all right, Spirit's saying the point is the message is coming from the passage tombs. And if you look at the card on the bottom left, the foundation of battle, having come through this rite of passage, you now stand in the bridge to the mystical realm, which is what that row of cards is all about. And so there is something significant, I have no doubt in my mind, that is happening for you. That is the warrior of art. And we're in this reading, we've been talking about battle, the revelation of what these battles brings and what the point has been for you as you observe and walk through the energy that has been created here on this planet by the way we have all been behaving, essentially, and well, Spirit is talking about striving. You know, there's no blame and shame. It's like we've been trying, but this is where we've been, and so it's time to shift that. And because you have the ability to wield balance, this is the journey you are having. It is your destiny. So I'm going to toggle back and show you this card and talk about it a little bit. All right, look at this. That is the Sacred Passage Tomb at Newgrange. If you're new to the channel and you haven't seen last month's reading, I'm urging you to go back and watch. And Spirit's talking about the slideshow, okay? To educate yourself, I guess that's the point, about the passage tombs and what happens on the solstice in the winter. So here is this warrior of art having his soul journey, having emerged on the day of the solstice. And that golden path, that's what happened. The sun, happens. The sun comes up and it streams directly into the central chamber of the passage tomb, illuminating the main altar bowl where the cremated remains of the people who have passed away have been resting for a year during the cycles of the moon, awaiting illumination and an energy pathway upon which to move forward to the next part of their journey. And this is the bridge for you as a human being, a spirit entity walking in a human form, coming through this transformation with being highly activated, with purity of knowledge and purity of thought, mystical ability streaming forward from inside of you. A warrior, no shoes, no weapons, but a lot of power and a lot of ability to stand in the world in this way, knowing on the inside something very, very important and powerful and sacred. Do you see? Can you imagine why I was so blown away? Really, I'm getting a little choked up. It's intensely beautiful, right? Okay, Spirit's asked me to do one more thing. Sorry. Look. Look at that. So, when the reading ends, I'm just going to leave the cards up so that you have a chance to just look into them for yourself. You can pause the video and check it out. Astounding. All right, now let's look at the spirit line, okay? Hang on, I'll put the picture up. Look at that. So, Spirit would like you to look at the left vertical line and understand the central message that is both horizontal and vertical in the spread. And if you look at the connection between all of these cards, Spirit's saying, whichever, like tic-tac-toe is what Spirit's saying. So in any direction you care to look, there is a message, and you will understand it because you have been activated in these ways with this type of vision that comes to you now, if you understand what I mean. All right. Hang on. Spirit wants me to show you two cards again. Let's see if I can get them. There we go. Highly activated. Across the mystical realm. Coming through to you as a Spirit says, as a literal human walking in this plane. All right, so let's transition back. That first card is the King of Art. And like the Augury of Battle and the Warrior of Art, the King of Art has sacred vision. From here to the mystical realm, the King of Art has been through his own transition. He is a shamanistic-like figure. He has sacred vision. He is a pathfinder. And Spirit's talking to me about shape-shifting and being able to go back and forth between this place of golden light, the way in which you stand going forward as a spirit being, the reflection between heaven and earth is what's coming through. And the raven that has mystical qualities to travel back and forth and bring messages. This is the reflection on the spirit realm of the walk you are having as a human entity. And those are the types of words that are coming. Entities and aspects and flow of energy, things like that. Very profound. All right, so let me toggle back. The next card is complementary, Spirit is saying, to the King of Art, the art of spiritual vision, of spiritual pathfinding. Standing in that aspect as a sentry, you have accompanying you this beautiful warrior. That is the warrior of skill who stands at the ready, assisting the sentry. Look at that beautiful male energy. There's a lot of strength there, clarity, holding your power in your hand. And Spirit, hang on, Spirit's telling me something. Wait. Okay, see? Look at that. The message continues, the thread, all the way through. So this gentleman stands in the mystical realm, right? In the twilight, the mysterious twilight. Hang on one second. A lot of messaging coming through. All right, so Spirit's telling me this is this. All right, so this person is impulsive. He stands at the ready. He's got his saddlebags. He's got his clothing. He's strong. He's warm. He's healthy. He has the means to go forward, the power to go forward in a very mystical way into the realm of energy purity. That's what's coming through. Okay? So when the sacred impulse strikes him, he gets on his horse and he rides straight into it. Spirit's saying straight into the night, straight into the mystical realm. And it stands on the table above this. And this is you in the human aspect. That's the reflection on the spirit realm. It really, truly is astounding. Let me toggle back. Look, do you see how they're aligned? And the aspect, Spirit keeps talking about the aspect that sits at the center of the reading. That is why there is profound shift and change. It's time, Spirit's telling me. And Spirit wants you to be well aware of what you feel inside of yourself, the purpose of it. And Spirit's talking about, the pain and the disillusionment and the desire to shift the energy. That has been heard. That is being answered. And you are, with your being, having a net positive effect on the shift and change that has been happening this year. And, that's what all the change and all the shift and all the discussion that's been going on through the cards that have been coming out, bringing you to this place of initiation, in a sense, because your energy was ready to step through back and forth to the mystical realm in order to, so that your energy set point can have the effect that it's meant to have here in this realm. It's a really beautiful story. So there's the next card. That is the Judgment of Art. So, let me just refresh your memory. Look at the line. You see the King of Art at the beginning? And then the sacred impulse to which you are ready to respond. The moment it arrives, you jump on the horse and you go straight into it. This is what it's for. And again, Spirit's telling me to toggle back again. So that you can understand the right hand line of these cards. So Spirit would like you to just look into that and understand the reflection So on the human walk, we have this major arcana card, the dreamer of growth, sitting aligned with the decider of will. And having come all the way through this journey, through the days of November, Spirit saying, in a way, your spirit comes to rest in the clear notion of manifesting the change and creating something new. And it's being discussed with you with this image. So on the left side of this card, you see how there are 3 spirals? That's a triple spiral of life. Birth, death, life. Clearly, this vessel is divided, and that is the experience that humanity has been having. That's what Spirit's saying. And you, as the sacred scale of balance, your energy helps to create this change. And so you come to a moment where you are able to ponder and understand all these things. It becomes abundantly clear to you. Do you see this? Spirit wants me to try to make a little picture there. Do you see? 2 halves. Look at that. It's astounding. And between them, the decider of will. I'm going to toggle back for you because I want you to see it. Look at that. So your will and your ability to manifest and to have sacred vision, Spirit's saying, supported by this passage journey, having come through and to stand in the energy of the King of Art on the left side of the reading, with this rite of passage that you've been through, illustrated in that way. Look at that vertical line. I mean, truly, every single line in this reading, I could probably talk for 6 hours about this. But look, there we go. That's what you're manifesting. With the help of Pluto, that's been coming through a lot, all right? So, Pluto in the first house of Capricorn has been just helping uproot all the things that are out of balance and shredding that form and creating chaos. It's been hard to live through. This is the purpose. In order to be able to have sacred vision and allow that which does not serve us, that truly is unstable, the base of power in the world, the base of personal identity, the base of understanding what has value, that has been unstable. We all know that. It crumbles and it falls away because the life energy leaks out and does not support growth and change, right? And we're all meant to shift and grow and change all the time. I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I'm thinking, maybe when the moment comes and we pass through, every once in a while, I cut all my hair off. And I'm starting to feel the urge, and it's sort of a symbolic thing, so I won't be bald, but sometimes I do it, and I haven't done it in a long time. It's that kind of thing, right? Let what is of the past fall away and bring this stability. And I love that this vessel is filled with water. It's about abundance. It's about love. It's about heart energy, growth. And there we are. And the decider of will that has the acorns at the heart chakra? Look. Or the pine cones, There we go. Look at that. Not just new growth of something that is really strong in its very beginning phases of growth. That is the cycle of change that we are in. And Libra, this is the way in which your spirit being contributes to the whole. That sacred thread, that cloth that's being woven, an energetic cloak Spirit has been talking about. All right, so let's look at the outcome. That's phenomenal. Again, for me, as a reader, I'm in awe, quite honestly. So, Spirit wants to speak with you in all these ways. Oops, sorry. Let me toggle back so you can see me. I want to show you something. All right. Do you see that? Male and female energy, having had a sacred transformation, and having transformed in that way, being able to sit in your reality, it is truly astounding when you see these two together. This is, whoops, wrong one. Sorry. That is a prophecy. Golly. All right? The augury of knowledge. And when you arrive in this place, Spirit wants to speak to you. There is going to be a joining of sacred mind for you coming through the days of November. You may feel it in lots of ways. I often ask for folks to put some messages on the thread. I really would love it if you would do that. I'd like to know what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your dreams, the energy that's flowing into you. You will have some sort of an experience, I have no doubt, in my mind. So, both male and female energy transforming in this very deep, powerful way. And this reading came out on the full moon, in the light of the full moon, actually. And this is the outcome card. Being available, being reflective of the sacred stream of energy that comes through from the mystical realm. And being able to touch the stone of destiny, the Lee of Fail at at Tara. And there we are. Sacred male and female energy communicating telepathically and joined in a way that is irrevocable now because it is time. And it almost, part of what's coming through to me is she's been waiting for him. I think some of the things that Spirit was saying about the rise of sacred feminine energy returning to this place, because we as men and women are beginning to balance ourselves through these journeys, and we have the ability now to return to the state of flow represented by the symbol of the yin yang, right? If you've ever seen that, I think you can go online and you can look that up, and you can see just a representation of the flow of that energy that just never ends. There's no beginning, there's no end. It is a sacred flow, and that's what Spirit is talking about. Balance. And Libra, there you are in all your beauty and all your glory. Balance. Incredibly wise, telepathically communicating, and being a conduit for this. I mean, goodness gracious. Thank you so very much for everything you're doing and for the efforts that have been, Spirit saying, originating and going forward from your will center, from your heart chakra. Let me hold that card up for you one more time. Look. Okay. The sacred male impulse to move forward toward destiny. That's what Spirit's saying. I cannot tell you how much I love the pine cone at the heart chakra, because it is just reflective, right? And then, part of what Spirit's saying to me, in a sense, reaching out, sending energy forward toward this destiny. I'm all choked up. I have, as a card reader, done many stunningly beautiful readings. This one, right up at the top. And I've done hundreds and hundreds of readings this year. So I want to thank you for what you're doing and for being willing and being strong enough to come through the shift and change and the transitions that you've had. So I'm going to leave you with the cards so you can look into them. And my profound thanks for this journey, for the strength that you have as a being of balance to come through this journey, to step onto the path. Spirit's talking about the path. So take a look at the left-hand line. in the center row of cards, the Warrior of Art. Spirit's talking about that's what it means to step on the path. It is going through a transition and a transformation, and that is the point of human existence. And we are at a very important crossroads. Really beautiful. So I wish for you a wonderful November. Spirit would like you to simply be in the energy. There's nothing you have to do. Just be in it, because it has a life of its own. It will bring what is meant to happen. When you're in your car, when you're in the grocery store, when you're standing in line at the bank, gently remind yourself to just feel this part of your nature and allow it to emanate from you, just like the decider of will and the dialogue of art. So just stand in your place and be who you are and get comfortable with this in preparation for what comes in December. Libra, thank you so much for all you're doing and for accompanying me on my journey. It means a lot to me, and I will look forward to speaking with you again in December.